But anyways, that's that. But anyways, okay, now let's talk about something else. Alright, so now let's talk about Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers. Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers have broken up after 1 year of announcing their engagement. Well, according to multiple reports, Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers have broken up close to 1 year after announcing their whirlwind engagement. Um, well, fans began to suspect the actress and NFL player were on the outs when Shailene was photographed surfing in Malibu without her ring all the way back in October. The absence of the engagement ring was made more obvious by the Divergent star's choice of nail polish. All of her nails were painted light pink, save for her ring finger, which was painted black. And then on November 5th, the Green Bay Packers quarterback confirmed he tested positive for COVID 19 after saying he was immunized against the virus over the summer. He said an allergy and his desire to become a father as a reason for declining the vaccine. Sharing that was definitely something that I was worried about, and it went through my mind. And then, amid Aaron's admissions, Shailene posted a cryptic quote to her Instagram story that read, "Calm seas may bring you peace, but storms are where you will find your power." So the athlete and actress spent much of the past year together, but went their separate ways at the end of the summer when the actress started filming her upcoming movie Robots. While Aaron returned to Green Bay to kick off the NFL season, at the time an insider told E! News that Shailene planned to stay with Aaron after filming Wrapped, explaining, "They don't like to be apart of for too long and are looking forward to being back in the same place again." Aaron was well prepared to spend months away from his fiancee, telling um, telling Howdy Living in September that he understands work comes first for the actress. It's a busy work time for her, he explained, so the season probably came at a good time for both of us to be able to focus on our work. I think it's going to be a good thing. I mean, her work was shut down for an entire year, and she's booked a number of projects. She enjoys working in her own routine, which I obviously enjoy too. And the pair was never in a rush to walk down the aisle. In July, Shailene said that they hadn't even started planning their nuptials, even though they had been engaged for at least 7 months. She explained, "Honestly, that's not even a conversation we've had with the world today. We haven't even talked about it." So it's not clear how long the stars have dated, as they declined to publicly speak about their romance until 2020. Shailene told The Hollywood Reporter in July that they wanted to get to know each other before going public with their relationship, saying that they wanted live they wanted to live in our little bubble. Alrighty then, so that's the whole entire story of what went on and what went on before they even called off their engagement. Okay, so this is my opinion. I feel like Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers are better off being, single. They're better off living their separate lives because I mean, living the life of celebs and living the life especially of a football player, it gets too busy, being focused on one thing. It gets very intense, just having to focus so much on certain projects, especially if it's big projects, especially after, not having a year of work, and when and now being able to work again. I mean, that's when it gets super, super, super busy for you, and that's when you become more interested in working. And then for the football player, I mean, it gets really busy in the football field in the football industry, because I mean, that's when, you know, football players need to practice. They need to focus on how they're doing in the football games. They need to focus on how they're doing in their, um, you know, on how they are playing it. On they need to focus if they need to beat or defeat the opponent that they're playing against. They need to focus on things that really will prepare them for huge games, especially like the NFL. So it's really understandable as to why the both of them have gone their separate ways, you know. And I feel like when it comes to being engaged or being married or even being in a relationship, I mean, it really, um, it's really important to dedicate your time to um, doing what you want to do. I mean, it's really important to doing what you want to do, and that's being with your couple. You know, it's really important to focus on dedicating your time to your significant other. You know, because that's what being in a relationship is about being with your significant other and having so much time with your significant other. You know, especially to let them know that you know that they're being loved and that you're there for them, you know. So that's the reason as to why I feel like it's important that they just, you know, break up since they just couldn't have that time for each other. So, anyways, it is what it is, unfortunately, at times. Alrighty then, so from now, Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers, from them to now, another juicy topic. So now let's talk about um, Chase Crawford. Well, Chase Crawford recalls instant connection with Leighton Meester during Gossip Girl audition. Well, um, Chase Crawford revealed on the XOXO with Jessica Soar podcast, hosted by Jessica Soar, who played Vanessa on the series, that he and Leighton Meester had an instant connection while auditioning for the CW's Gossip Girl back in the mid aughts. Crawford, who starred as Nate Archibald, said that during the final audition in Burbank, he kept thinking who's going to play Blair Waldorf. And he said, they let me into this massive waiting room, and there was this one girl in this chair at the very end with her back to me, and I kind of went, hi, let me introduce myself. She turned around, headband on, it's Leighton. It's Leighton. I assumed, like, oh, that's the girl, like, if she can act, I'm sure she can. That's what he said. I love that. So that's what Soar said in response. So anyway, um, then he went on and said, we kind of had an instant friendship connection, easy to talk to. So basically, this is an interesting story to talk about. I feel like Chase Crawford and Leighton Meester, I mean, I feel like they could easily, you know, make a really good chemistry with each other, especially since they're working together. Really, and you know what? I feel like it's just moments like those that you really should savor as artists, especially when you're auditioning for roles like this, because I feel like a lot of the times artists are very busy with doing other things. They get so snotty, they get so snooty, and then, you know, they just want to act like they're better than everyone else, and then they just go off and live out in their own world. But there are other times when actors do not act like that and they're actually friendly towards one another and they actually get along with their co-stars. And here's the thing: the the actors, um, they end up, you know, dating with each other. You know, if that, because sometimes the friendship could end up going so beyond the way that they can end up getting into a huge relationship with each other. And then another thing that I'll have to say about this is actors are, you know, their lives are just so fragile, you know, like they'll be talked about so much to the point that then those things that are being talked about them will affect them badly, you know. It'll affect them badly, not just to themselves but also to each other, that then it will hate each other and be like, oh, you said this about me, oh, you said that about me, you know. So that's the reason why I'm saying it's moments like those that they should savor and they should really take advantage of when they're getting along with each other, and not go off and just not talk to each other. Just get along and have confidence towards one another, and especially because they're working together. That's all I have to say. So that's my point on this. Alrighty then. That is it for today's podcast, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Jose Show, and I'll be back with more hot tea. Till next time, peace.